If you're over 40 with stubborn belly fat and you have been blaming yourself for not being disciplined enough, this video is for you because it was never your willpower. It was cortisol and insulin working against you. I'm Dr. Rosemarie. I'm a doctor of health psychology and I'm a cortisol specialist. And I quit blaming willpower for my hormonal belly fat, and the results were shocking enough that I want to show you exactly what changed. 5 specific changes turned that around faster than diet or exercise could. So in this video, I'm going to share exactly what I quit. Number 1, the first thing I quit sounds pretty harmless, but it was extremely effective. It was the time that I ate my dinner. I used to save my biggest meal for 9 or 10 at night. By that time, I could wind down a little, do whatever felt easiest after a long day, and I told myself that calories were calories, no matter what time you ate them. But research on evening carbohydrate intake tells a completely different story. Eating a heavy meal late, especially one that's high in carbs, is going to spike your blood sugar at the exact time that your body is least equipped to handle it. This causes your insulin levels to spike at a time of the day when your digestive system is slowest and your body is winding down. Insulin is a fat storage hormone. So much of that late evening eating is going to be stored as fat. So I flipped it. I moved my heaviest meal, protein, healthy fat, and carbs, to the middle of the day when my body could actually use that fuel. And I made my dinner lighter as well. The insulin spikes that used to keep my blood sugar unstable at night were no longer happening. This is because unstable blood glucose elevates cortisol and insulin at the same time. These spikes contribute to that midsection fat, and it makes it difficult to lose. Now, if dinner has been late, large, and carb heavy for years, this is one shift that you can start tonight. Download my How to Calm Cortisol guide in this video's description. You're going to discover some of the lifestyle changes that help me to regulate cortisol and insulin. Number 2, the second thing that I quit is the opposite of what most people would expect. Much of the recent advice on the best exercises for women after 40 has to do with cutting back on excessive cardio and prioritizing strength training. Too much cardio spikes cortisol. So I overcorrected and cut cardio out almost entirely. I should have known better. What I didn't realize is that eliminating regular cardio sessions created its own problem. You see, movement clears glucose from your blood without needing too much insulin, especially through your legs, which hold the largest muscles in your body. So I brought walking back in 3 to 5 days a week, and I put that alongside my strength training. Putting moderate cardio back in the form of walking helped me to release stress, helped me to feel more clear-minded, which in turn helps cortisol levels to stay balanced. Are you giving yourself enough opportunities to move your body and release stress on your calendar? That one shift became one of the biggest levers for stabilizing my blood sugar, and it did not cost me anything extra in the gym. Third, I quit something that felt impossible at first. Bread. Yes. Most processed carbs and grains went as well. It may sound a bit drastic, but I have pre-diabetes tendencies, and the research factored into my decision. Refined carbohydrates are stripped of the fiber that normally slows digestion. So they hit your bloodstream fast and force repeated insulin surges, and your body eventually stops responding to it well. I learned that vegetables count as carbohydrates too. So protein, healthy fats, and vegetables were fine. It was a complete meal. So now you don't have to be afraid of carbohydrates, but you do want to know which ones are working against you. Go ahead and download my How to Calm Cortisol Chaos Guide. I've put it in this video's description. It's going to give you a breakdown of some of the healthier carbohydrates to select. Fourth, I quit skipping protein first thing in the morning. I wasn't someone who counted grams of protein, but I did become one. And I made sure that eggs or a can of sardines showed up early, roughly 20 grams of protein in the sardines alone and 12 in 2 eggs. The literature on this is consistent. Protein slows down the rise in blood sugar after eating, and it keeps you satisfied longer than carbohydrates alone. I definitely felt that. The blood glucose crashes disappeared. And the 11 a.m. hunger that made me irritable and cranky and that set me up for sugar cravings also disappeared. Stable blood glucose plays a huge role in hormonal belly fat, and making protein a priority is what finally let the cravings quiet down. Go ahead and download my How to Calm Cortisol Chaos Guide in this video's description. You're going to discover some of the patterns that will change the way cortisol and insulin affect your body. And now, number 5, I quit eating within hours that were too extended. My first meal moved to around 11 or 12, and my last meal moved earlier in the evening, which gave my body a real window without food. Research on time-restricted eating points to something important here. Your digestive system has its own weakest hours, and when you're not asking it to process food during that window, inflammation markers tend to drop. And I noticed it in my body before I ever read the research. This means I woke up feeling less bloated and puffy. Digestion and elimination both improved as a direct result of changing my eating window. None of this was about trying harder. It was about understanding that insulin and cortisol levels do matter when it comes to hormonal fat, especially after 40. So if you've been blaming yourself for belly fat that will not move, put one of these 5 shifts into practice for a couple of weeks. And let me know in the comments how it worked out for you. I read every single one. Well, now that you know that I quit blaming willpower for my hormonal belly fat and the results were shocking, you might be wanting to learn how to lose stubborn visceral fat fast, 0 cortisol. But how do you do that? Well, it all starts by watching this video here next, because when you pair what you just learned with what's in this video, it's way more powerful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.